Hi there, I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings. This is going to be the reading for the Libra Male for the Valentines season, February, March, April of 2019. Okay, I have two pyramids I work from. One is a general energies pyramid, kind of highlights the situationals you may be going through at this time. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And I have a love and sex pyramid that we get into here that may highlight any blocks you may have in that way. The first card I have is a masculine card for the general overall energy, and the card I got for the Libra male is protection. And the sense I get here from everything is that this man is feeling like he needs protection, like he's between a rock and a hard place here, can't make up his mind. In fact, he just does not see a way out here. Or rather than a way out, but damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Like, this is kind of the energy I'm getting. Now, the Power of Surrender card here that I got for the Libra male is surrender to denial. So accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying difficulties. Then you can see things more clearly and make the best decisions. So there is something here or an angle here that he is not picking up on, but nonetheless I feel like he's deadlocked somewhere, that he doesn't see his way out. But nonetheless, there's a denial of some sort going on here in his energetic field. We're going to get into the general energies here. And the peak of the pyramid here is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away, moving in a different direction because we feel we're going to get better results. So the Eight of Cups is really the foremost for the whole reading here. We are walking away and going in a different direction. We may have put a lot of work in this direction, but we are feeling it is of no use to us no longer. Okay, this is the sense I'm getting. So the next card is the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, in this deck, I attribute it to mean discoveries. There's a key sitting there. Though she did not use the key to open this box, it is open for her nonetheless. There is something here that is hidden from your view that could help you in a grand way. But again, this Four of Pentacles is about the discovery of that. But I feel in the field right now, this man has not discovered, though it is very closely looming that he can discover the keys he needs here. But nonetheless, the Eight of Cups is the first card to take off. The Four of Cups is about discovering. So he may be taking off in a direction of discovery where he finds that solution as well. Okay. The next card is Justice. So that is the Libra card, and that is very much his energy now. Yeah, they're saying it is justified to continue moving in the direction we are going. We have made up our mind for a reason. It is justified, and there is no turning back at this point. So if we're talking about a relationship here, we have come to terms with the fact we have leveled the playing field here. We know it's the right thing to do. Okay. Next card, the Tower. So the Tower is about those things that happen along the way. And I feel like it's interesting because I was going to explain about how the Tower works. That when we don't listen to that whisper, it becomes a tap on the shoulder. When we don't listen to that tap on the shoulder, it becomes a shove in the back. We don't listen to the shove in the back, we get a slam in the face. When we don't listen to that, the Tower comes, right? This is the momentum. It's like all along we've heard this and we know this, and this is something in our field. haven't listened. So the Tower is struck, and I feel like, interestingly enough, even if we have turned and walked away from something, we feel we are doing the right thing. I feel like the Tower is going to hit nonetheless and create just as much havoc as if he had never left. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that means, but I guess for whoever it resonates for, they will know. But it's almost like this man is trying to, he has walked when he, you know, like he feels that the situation is warranted because there's a justice here. It's justified, and we may even have a situation where it comes down to legal processes happening, meaning divorces, filing for divorce. Nonetheless, this is all coming to be finalized. Okay, now again, the Tower is going to hit on top of that, and I feel like that is going to become a shock nonetheless, because I feel like this man walking away, he felt like he was going to avoid any Tower moments from here on in, but it's going to happen on top of that. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. The next card is the Wheel. And they're telling me that this wheel is actually, because we are taken off in a direction of something else. Okay, we're not just taken off listlessly. We have a direction we want to go with the Eight of Cups. Something that we feel is justified. Now, the energies are going, yes, this is justified. But I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is going to flip that direction that this man goes to as well. Okay, he may be looking at it in one way, but when he gets there, things are going to flip. Okay, that's all I'm saying there. That may be having to do with the Tower. That may be, okay. They're going, the Tower is connected to where he's going. So he felt like he was avoiding a Tower and what he was doing here by leaving a situation. But he is going to a situation that is going to have a Tower fall in front of him as well there. And that is fated. Because it's like we really can't avoid the situation no matter where we go. Okay? So for some, it's kind of confusing for me, but for some, this will make sense. Now, after the Wheel, we have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is about communications that can get jumbled and misconstrued. Also, defensive stance that you can take upon another. I feel like that's what's coming down to him. What's going to happen here is this man is leaving. Again, I feel like he feels very, not high and mighty, but he feels very secure in the fact that he's going in this new direction. But it seems like all the trouble's up in this new direction. And at first, I feel like he's going to be bewildered until the Tower comes down and fate hits. Then we're going to be in defense and go, wait a minute here, what the hell's going on? Having to reassess things, okay? The foundation that we thought we were going to is not as solid as we figured it would be. But nonetheless, so that's all I feel is that stance of going, hold on, wait a minute here. I have to take a second look here. Like I thought I knew what I was doing. So the next card is the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is about stability, finances. Can mean in the home as well, having a secure home base, dealing with finances. So this move, okay, that this man takes, I feel like that's where the Tower is going to hit in the financial area, okay? Something's going to hit here, and it may be from your past, or it may be something in your future that is going to either take a lot of strength financially to get through, okay? Now, on the Tower and the Wheel, we have Judgment, which brings down a huge barrel of instinct that we got to take into account here in order to make things fly right. Now, the Judgment is going straight on to the Ten of Pentacles. Talking about the money. So there's some instinct here we're going to have to take into account. And I feel like because it's on the end, I feel like this is what is not accounted for. There's something financially here that is not being considered properly, okay? And that has to do with our awareness here. Nonetheless, we have the Judgment. So there's instinct here that we can tap into. It is there for us. We just have to focus on it, going towards the money. Now, on the other side of that, we have the Five of Wands, and that's about energy and can be energy in regards to conflict here, because it's connected to the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is directly about a defensive stance that comes. And again, I feel like this man is kind of shocked. I wouldn't say, you know, or surprised, highly surprised at what's going on here. What the events that are taking place kind of throwing him a bit. And the Five of Wands is about the chaos that comes from that, okay? This man is highly irritated and agitated where he wasn't before, okay? Now we end up on the Death card, which is transition here. So we may have a situation where this man has to go in a direction, or is choosing to go in a direction that he feels better suited. And it may turn out that there are some pitfalls here, okay? I'm not saying yes or no, it's a good or a bad way, but it causes him to take pause and go, wait a minute, I got to reassess everything. And this man's smart enough to do that. He's not going to waive that right to do that. And he will listen to his instinct, and he will consider his finances, because that is what he has as his strength here. Though it is something that is highly in the balance that we could be sacrificing for. So this man is smart, and they're going, he is smart enough, but this is the warning. It's coming. We're kind of coming from a situation, and we're going into another that is quite similar, okay? So we're being kind of bamboozled in a way. But nonetheless, transition is here to help us go through that. And the Page of Swords is kind of standing on guard, going, now what do I do? How do I? So we have to take it to that next level and realize that there is a looping that could be happening here. And consider that. So we'll go in the love and romance triangle and see what happens here, because it's pretty heavy, fateful energies that are coming down here, and it may even be in regards to legal issues of property and whatnot. I'll leave it at that, okay? Okay. Now, the first card I get in the love and romance side of things here for the Libra male is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups, we're talking about romance, is about fawning over someone in public. So being overly affectionate in the public eye. So really feeling very comfortable extending yourself outward to another person. So this may be your partner or someone you are interested in. You are just very extravagant in that way of showing affection outward. Now, on the sex side of things, we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is really about diving into the senses within the physical aspect of things. So it seems like if we are adoring our partner, we are bringing it home and really showing all that we have, right? And bringing that forth in the bedroom. So really good energy there on the romance side, which is interesting. Now, the next card we get is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a soft, compassionate energy. Someone who is caring, considerate, kind, loyal, truthful, honest, these kinds of traits. Someone very soft. Someone that, you know, a soft place to fall for this man, okay? Now, on top of that, we get the Hermit card, which is interesting because we have this soft, compassionate energy, and then on the sex side, we have the Hermit card, which talks about taking ourselves out of a partnership. Though we have like a couple in the background involved in the act, the sense here is that it's kind of like a pitiful me, like there's something that this man is not getting, wants, does not feel he can get, this kind of a thing, kind of an energy. So he's pulling himself out physically from a relationship, which is interesting because in the head of the pyramid here, we have affection and whatnot. Now, if we're talking about a coupled union, we may have someone who has left one to go to another. The another here would be the head, is like affectionate and all of that. So if we're talking about, you know, this man that's taken off in a new direction romantically, the Seven of Cups would symbolize, you know, this is the new direction with the full of, you know, the honeymoon stage is full of all this life. And then that this Queen of Cups would symbolize the area that we did have, that we felt like something was missing. So we pulled ourselves out of it, okay? And that's someone who's doing that on their own. They're not doing it because the partner is withholding. They're doing it because they it's on their end. They decide to stop it, and that's it. So I feel like either there's something that this male has dealt with this queen, come forth with this queen about, and has had a brick wall, or there's an impasse here somehow. He just feels he cannot get it from this woman. So there's something sexually here, it just does not work. It may be from, yeah, I'll continue. The next card I get is the Page of Pentacles. Now the Page of Pentacles is an energy of, though this man is honest, true, and just, and he works, you know, for a living and is quite dependable, he does not want to be tied down. He wants to be footloose and fancy free. So this may be the energy that the Libra male is carrying. He is not wanting to be in a committed relationship, so therefore getting out of one. Now, the next card that I have on top of that is the Sun, and the Sun is about orgasms and things that are highly, what am I getting here? Yeah, there's something, there's still something missing. So either this man, okay, if we're going to get blunt with it here, either he is either not creating the physical O in the relationship, or he's not getting that from his partner, okay? One or the other is not experiencing this, is what's going on here. And they feel like they're just not being pleasured by their partner to a degree that they feel satisfied. So they're wanting to kind of leave the situation is what I'm getting. And go out and explore other areas where maybe they can get this, okay? That's what I'm getting. Now, the next card I get is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about celebrating with friends and having happy moments and whatnot. I feel like this may be how this person kind of blows off steam, is going out and celebrating with friends. Maybe this is where we found our new direction, okay? On top of that, we get the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is about, you have this couple here, and they're very much tending to each other. So there's one here that's wounded, another one here that wants to mend him up, and it's back and forth. You know, both of them are kind of wounded in separate ways. That's why they're attracted to each other. And there's a flame of passion. So I feel like that's the new direction that this man is going forward in. He's feeling quite charged, though quite, I feel like there's a heaviness to the no sex with his original partner, okay? I feel like there's a heaviness there. It's like I can't solve this again. Between a rock and a hard place kind of feeling. And somehow I don't pick up on the Pisces energy, other than like Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy, which is the soft, kind, compassionate, caring person. I don't pick up on their energy, which leads me to believe that it ends with them. That energy of not being satisfied ends with them. So either they are taking the brunt of it, saying, yeah, I don't want to have sex with you. And this person is kind of like, well, I need sex type thing. Or I can't please you, or you can't please me, or something like that. And so there is a sense of sadness and sorrow about this, and not being able to, one, give pleasure to the partner, or receive it from the partner, whatever way that comes, okay? So that's really the heaviness that he sits with going forward, no less. I feel like this man is going forward, but it's with heavy. It's heavy-hearted. It's not like I can just jump, right? There's a lot here that is being sacrificed in order to go forward, okay? Next card, 18, the moon, and that is about, again, see, there's so much, there's kind of a dichotomy here of great moments and then not feeling it moments. So the 18 is the moon, and that's about secret, well, not necessarily secret, but romantic interludes. You know, we're talking about the Eiffel Tower in Paris under the moonlight. It's just the romantic times of cuddling, the gushy-mushy times that you can have in a relationship, okay? I do not feel this is the past partner. I feel this is what the new partner forward, what they want and what they look forward to, okay? Being with. Now, on top of that is the Chariot, 7. And that is always talks about two ways of being in the bedroom, meaning there's a person here that wants it one way and there's a person that has a different taste, okay? So we have someone wanting to go left and someone else wanting to go right. So there's, I feel like they're maybe going to be discovering that as well. And that may be the situation that's plaguing this man, of kind of like a looping energy that may be coming around here, that we're going from one situation where we weren't sexually satisfied or weren't jiving in that way, and we may be coming across this again, okay? But nonetheless, I feel like there are moments where we can get away and have interludes, but either this man has a different way he wants to take things, or it is, you know, these two are discovering that they are too different in the bedroom as well. Now, as we move on to the last romance card, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, again, is about strong, sturdy foundations. Not only a friendship, but a loving friendship and a solid friendship that's been there from the beginning of time, like a long period here where this person is been in their life and stable and loyal and just and true, and a lot of loyalty and honesty and fairness, you know, between this. So I don't know if this is the past partner is that way, that we maybe look on the past partner that way, which is why we feel so heavy, because they were our everything. But there's things here in the bedroom that don't match, is the sense I'm getting. That is what I'm getting, actually. It's almost like we got two directions we want to go here, and one is where we have been, this solid, stable foundation. Everything, there's nothing left to the imagination. We know everything about this person and they know the same about us. And there's a sense of security that comes with that. Now on top of that, we have the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is about a couple here with somebody on looking. So is that the new partner coming forward? Is that you going to the new partner and the old partner looking in? Somehow here, though, with the 3 of Swords, this man and this woman that are physically entangled are the priority, and the one on the outside, I feel, kind of has no right to them, right? I feel like the two that are physical here, why? Because there's a sort of truth that lies. It says these two are a pair. Now, usually when I give a reading, this lady in the purple kind of stands out, like she may be there and figure she has a right, but this man has made his mind up, this woman has made her mind up, and these two are a match. And beyond that, it does not matter, because, you know, no matter what she thinks, this man is loyal to this one and this girl is loyal to that one. And that's what we're talking about here. So there's this sense here, man, this could go either way. Okay, there could be a situation here, and it's very unconventional in a way, where we have a married couple, for whatever reason, or a long-standing foundation, okay? For whatever reason, they are not compatible in the bedroom. Never have been. Everywhere else, is 100% my soulmate partner, everything except for the sex, okay? Now, what could be happening here is that there is a sense that one or the other, doesn't matter who, okay, is not pleasing that other partner or does not want to be pleased or what have you. And one of the partners had said, you go out and you can have the physical with someone else, but I just cannot give it. I cannot enjoy it. I do not want it. Okay. And this partner is going out and doing that. So if that fits your scenario, that would make sense to all the cards here. In a way, it would make sense. It's unconventional, but it would make sense with what I'm getting. And the thing is, though, that they're going to go out and they're going to get satisfied, and they may even get, the pleasure principles from this. But it's kind of a trying time here, a transitional time. So we're going to figure out what all this is made of. We may be having to come to terms with some issues on a sexual side in the partnership. So the Libra male has some, yeah, because it's really, there's guilt in all areas. The partner is trying to relieve the other one of being sacrificed from the sex side of things. But at the same time, there's so much guilt from the Libra male that he's not enjoying it. And he still yearns to be with his partner, his initial partner, which has everything. Like, we got 99 percentile here. So that 1% in the bedroom is just not working. And it's like the partner's going, you know what? Go get it from someone else. I give you, you got to pass. Go ahead. I don't care. I don't want to deal with it, or I can't deal with it, or whatever. There may be issues there, a refusal to go there. So hopefully, in one way or another, that gets figured out. Because it is kind of a rock and a hard place. Because this man loves this woman, and he loves her so much he wants to express that in a sexual way, but the partner is not having it, or won't have it, or can't have it. There's something blocking the physical side of this, and though she has relieved him of any, any other man here would probably be in his heyday to go off and figure out what's going on here. But it is not relieving anything, because it's his partner that he wants to engage, not anybody else. But he's going to have to go through a time of testing here to figure that out. I think he knows that intellectually, but he's kind of titillated by the fact that he can, and it's going to take him a while to realize on the physical side it may not burn as hot as it seems like it would in a scenario like that, for whatever reason. So there's some healing here on the intimate side this couple has to do. And I feel like at this point they're kind of avoiding the issues, or avoiding dealing with it. But they're going to have to deal with it one way or another. Whether it is to completely let the partner go and sacrifice that for someone else and look into that, or completely surrender to the other person, and maybe even, it feels like to me there's like, we need some professional help here, some counseling to get underneath. We may have some issues with sex, period, that just accumulated over the marriage, and then suddenly the partner looks like the object of the problem, and it was never like that all along. But if we don't have any counseling for that, we can't work that out. So yeah, very different situation, but nonetheless, something, a trial that has to happen here, and a transition that this man is going through, and a leaving and going nonetheless in a physical manner. So it may not be from the marriage period, it may just be in a physical way, or it may be a transition period. It could go in all areas. But there are some things on the other end of the receipt here of the happiness in the sexual side. There's some shocks that may come out there, or some fated events that will come out in that area as well, that creates some havoc. Okay, so be aware of that. Protection, you might have to take that literally. Do we want, children coming out of this, whatnot? Be aware of that, because protection now suddenly means something different. Okay, so hopefully that helps you in some way. It's heaviness, interesting scenario, but I'm You know, how do you fix that? You really have to have a dedication to go in there and work it out. And I don't feel from the water sign here, I don't feel a dedication to want to do so. So that makes it hard. I feel on his end, he does want, but if you got opposition on this side, there's nothing. So the water female here is just feeling like she's going to create a solution by saying you can go out have sex with anyone you want, but it's just not going to be me. And that's not creating a solution in his mind, right? But it seems like that's the direction we're going to go and see how that works. Does that suit us or not? So that's a heavy one. Heavy one. For, yeah, so singled or coupled, I think it kind of sits the same. We may be, you know, as a single going from relationship to relationship, okay? Or, and I feel this is very much committed because this committed card. So we may have someone here on the single side that we've had in our life for a long time. And we're going from that to something different or back and forth, whatever it is. So again, started off with the masculine card of protection, now meaning beware. If we do not want children at this stage, we need to take protection because that may be the tower coming down here and the fate coming forward. We may have a pregnancy come out of this, so be careful of that. Yeah, honestly, that's what I feel overall here as I've gone through it. The protection really sits with the sexual side of things being protected so that we don't create any more dramatics here than need be, because it's a complicated situation nonetheless. So we don't want to complicate it any further unless that's what you're going for. So beware of that. And then the denial card, to accept situations as they are without denying difficulties. So does this guy have to accept the fact that his woman just does not want sex or has no pleasure in sex, or we cannot gain pleasure for each other? And you know, is this something he really has to come to terms with to figure out how much this means compared to the rest of the relationship? Because my sense here is the rest of the relationship is 75% full. It's just the 25% that gets annoying when you don't get it, right? And it becomes more of an issue when there's absolutely none of it. So this is what has to be worked through. So hopefully he sees clearly and makes the best decisions forward. I think there's a trial period here where we're choosing to do something, but the death is here in the pyramid. And there's sparks of energy here, which, you know, they say to me there's some chaos that can come and hit yet. So I don't know what area that's going to, I mean, we could have situations come about. Like I said, if we have a pregnancy here, that's going to create sparks, I'll tell you. So there's just a situation here where hopefully I'm getting a sense this is kind of above board. And if it's not above board, the partner knows. I feel like the partner is okay with this and they just go forward, and that's the way it sits. They may not, okay, how do I say okay? They know, okay? The partner knows. They may not be okay with it, or they may sit with it and think differently or whatever, but the partner has given the keys to the Libra male, go off and away you go. That kind of thing. I can't be in charge of this anymore. Go get it somewhere else. That kind of thing. So anyway, that is the reading for the Libra male for the winter Valentine's season, February, March, April of 2019. So hopefully that helps you in some kind of way. Move forward, see something clearly for you or the partner, whoever. And then you can get through some blocks and open up some conversations here. Seems like a real intimacy issue that just one part of it just doesn't want to deal. There's one side just not dealing. So if you can't do it on your own, so you got to kind of make a decision here, I feel, is really what it comes down to. Is the person doesn't want to let go of the whole relationship. This Libra male does not want to let go of the whole relationship, so we have to let go of something. And that's basically where they're sitting at this point, is a compromise here. So Again, hopefully that helps you over the Valentine's season. Take care, have fun, and be kind.